Welcome back, sports fans. We here at Eaton North Studios are happy to bring you our postseason draft review.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to all of you in this unprecedented time. In a time without sports, we all feel a bit empty. The baseball season should be upon us, but the fields are empty. From Little League to the majors, players and fans alike are struggling with the uncertainty presented. It appears that my 8th grade season will never be.
I'm still hoping that Little League will have a season, however delayed it might have to be. Despite all our desires for baseball, our nation has different needs today.
Perhaps this 2020 season is just what we all need. In a time of social distancing, somehow 16 friends, old and new, can still be drawn together by a common thread, the game of baseball. May you all be distracted from your work and life each day, if only for 5 minutes, to step in the box scores.
If Eric keeps the games on schedule.
With that said, let's get down to the results of the draft and its winners and losers. We will follow the draft order as it was drawn.
First up is the Detroit Tigers. Difficult to say how they did in a draft with 3 clear top-tier talents with the first 2 picks. You can't really go wrong, can you, Ben?
No, not really, but somehow they did. With clear needs at first and third, I was surprised to see them pull the trigger on Tatis. Shortstop is perhaps the deepest position in the game right now, and first just isn't. Put that together with the fact they already had an elite shortstop in Carlos Correa, I just don't get it, Bryce.
Unless there's a trade coming for one of those 2 shortstops, I don't get it either. I guess they're hoping that Mike Ford is better than they projected. They were able to grab some later picks that I am excited about. Brendan Rodgers is a steal at pick 33. Oscar Mercado had a good season last year, but is that the real Oscar?
I'm pretty sure he's hoping for it. All in all, I think Detroit had a good draft, but they misplayed the second pick. I would give them a B+.
Next up are the Rays, who apparently decided to take the first 2 rounds off this year. Not picking until the 3rd round, they loaded up on pitching.
Safety in numbers, I guess. Littell, Dunn, Suarez, even a stab at the veteran Jordan Montgomery. This is tough as they were not a real player in the 2020 draft.
I think they did about as good as you could with the picks they had, but the lack of any future they can depend on hurts them. I think I have to give them a C+.
And now we're off to Atlanta. I know this may be hard for the bald wonder to hear, but you are in a rebuild. Picking 3rd allowed them to land the services of Pete Alonso. Sure, they would have liked to see Tatis slip to them, but this is still quite a consolation prize for them.
If that wasn't enough, they crushed it with Eloy Jimenez. They acquired a couple of prospect pitchers in McKay and Cease, both of which have good potential. They had some other late picks, but no one worth talking about.
Yeah. Overall, the Braves made most of what was available, and perhaps when the dust settles in 3 to 5 years, we may see that Eloy Jimenez was the prize of this draft. I would have to give the Braves an A-.
Yeah, now what are the odds that the trade happy Braves even have him in 3 to 5 years?
Point taken.
Our last team for today will be the Cleveland Indians. Justin Thome has fallen on hard times and is also rebuilding. But remember how quickly some teams in the past have turned things around?
They had one of the best drafts of any team without even having a first-round pick. With 5 picks in the 2nd round and 3 in the 3rd round, they were able to hit on almost every pick. Tommy Edman at pick 20 is a steal. Then he took most of the pitching left on the board, adding Plesac and Yamamoto. They were not done there, however. They still added Sean Murphy behind the plate. And in the 3rd, for some reason, they took Mitch Keller, Mike Yastrzemski, and Nico Horner, who all seemed to fall right in his lap.
Wow, most of those names I can't even pronounce. Like a snake in the weeds, he just laid there waiting in wait, executing his draft with precision. Honestly, I think he was capable. I didn't think he was capable of on this kind of intellect.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and then. In this case, our squirrel gets an A.
That concludes part 1 of our 4-part series. When we return, we will focus on the next 4 teams.